Hey, how's it going, everybody? The other day I heard this story and I wanted to share it with you all, and it was about a really famous professional athlete, probably the best in his sport at his position. And the story went something like this, that when he was in school, and he was in college or something like that, and he was playing for his college, they had a chore. And the chore was to run a bunch of sprints. And you had to finish it off, and it was a really hot day, and it was really hard to do. And he got to the point where he had maybe only 20 yards or so left to go in his sprints. And he decided, you know what, I've done enough. It's not gonna make me any better. I'm done, I'm going home, I'm gonna go get some Gatorade and drink some water and relax. It's too hot out here. And as he was walking away, as he takes a few steps away, he stops and thinks. And he says, wait a minute. If I quit now, if I let myself off the hook of finishing this task, if I don't finish these sprints, even if it's just 20 yards, even if it's just the smallest amount, what does that open the door for me afterwards? What doors to quitting does that open afterwards? If I make this excuse now, how much easier is it going to be for me to make an excuse later? And he thought about that. And he said to himself, if I want to be the very best at my sport, if I want to be the best there is, I'm not going to get to be the best by quitting. I'm not going to get to be the best by stopping just short of the finish line. And so he went back and finished. And from there, he went on to become one of the greatest players ever. And I think this story is so powerful because there's so often in life we get a few inches, a few steps, a few feet, a few yards away from one of our goals, and then we stop short. I cannot tell you how many times over the years as a personal trainer I've seen people I've been counting out say, okay, you only got 10 seconds to go, just 10 more seconds. And they stop at 8 or 9 with only 1 or 2 seconds remaining. And they think, oh shoot, I did enough. I was there, I practically finished. But that's not the point. The point is to finish. If you get to the finish line and you're only this far away from the finish line in a race and you don't cross the finish line, guess what? You do not finish the race. It doesn't matter if you just ran a whole marathon. If you do not finish the race, you don't finish. In life, let's say if you're walking down the aisle and you're getting married and you get up there and the person says, okay, do you take them? Yes, yes, yes. And then you say I, and you don't say I do. Does that mean you finished the ceremony? If you're writing an essay for school and you have, they always say dot all your I's and cross all your T's, and you decide one day, you know what, I just don't want to cross my T's. What happens? A huge change occurs. Something as simple as the action of crossing the T. Suddenly you're left with words that are supposed to say the and now say lahi, because the T becomes an L, or at least it's going to look like that to most people. The point of it is this, guys. Too often in life we do not finish what we start. Too often in life we have these great ideas, these big dreams, and we get all motivated, we get all excited, and then we go after them and we start to work and we hit a little opposition. It gets a little hard. It's a little too hot out to finish the sprints. And we say, you know what? I've done enough for the day. There's always tomorrow. I've worked really hard. I've come really far. Sure, I was gonna do 10 seconds, but you know what? Today, 9's enough. Finish what you start, because what happens is as soon as you open that door for an excuse, as soon as you open that door to quit, as soon as you open that door, you are opening the door to sell yourself short over and over and over and over again for the rest of your life. Sure, it's only 1 second. Sure, it's only 20 yards. Sure, it's just a couple little things. But you guys, those little things grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's that expression, right? You tell a little white lie and it takes 2 little white lies to cover up the little white lie, which takes 2 of each of those. The bunny rabbit effect, right? These things will multiply. Not finishing something today, not going the full 10 seconds, not finishing the sprints, not holding up to what you said you're going to do, not honoring the commitments you made to yourself, it will steamroll into something much more. So do yourself a favor. Finish what you start. Your life is so worth it to do so. I'll talk to you all soon.